Military-industrial complex has provided these guys with all sorts of weapons that do the job minimum of damage.
Brutal civil war. The diplomatic limitations of the peacekeepers, even if they were in the process of massacring some civilians. The diplomatic limitations of the peacekeeper.
This is the worst.
Questions to civilians in the tank back in the bomb.
Do you think it's been worse than
Brutal
this?
civil war.
This is the absolute peak.
But it's BS as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it definitely is the worst.
Any other night of the year, you'd be able to see the red walls of the Kremlin and the glinting onion domes of its churches. And now you...
And the huge Christ the Saviour Cathedral.
Yeah, and the giant Christ the Saviour Cathedral. Like a kind of
And
golden
the,
explosion.
Towering Peter the Great monstrosity sculpture.
The river.
Somewhere around this point.
A motorway curving round there.
Yep.
The Shablovskaya Tower.
The famous radio tower.
And tonight we can see nothing. And of course normally Weirdo Daniel will be here.
With
Playing-
his party music.
And dancing with his unattractive students, doing salsa moves. So something's on the way up tonight. Well, the smog is... It's not really smog, it's pure smoke.
Yeah.
It's...
And smog is essentially smoke and fog, but there's no fog here.
Well, kind of the thing that's worrying me is that... The thing that's worrying me is that during the Great Smog of London in 1952, which is the only comparable incident to this in European history, 12,000 people died, and...
Well, we've had 50 so far in the combined totals of fires. Well, although I don't think that that's from the fires. It doesn't include the amount of people who
the
have...
news is that people are denying, is that the hospitals are denying that anyone's dying, and the
Yeah.
hospitals are
Well,
lying.
for example, the issue of heat exhaustion and overheating and smoke
Stress.
inhalation, that's all completely different. And I don't think any figures have come out about that so far.
Yeah, so it's very ominous. I can't stress the kind of that when something like this happens, you know, I've seen this view hundreds of times. I live here, and I suddenly don't recognise it anymore. I don't recognise where I am. Everything is kind of cloaked in an aura of menace and unfamiliarity. Is the just hazing things out makes me feel like I'm in a foreign country.
We are in a foreign country.
Well, they can do it all right. Kind of like it's an alien planet.
We have descended to street level here in Moscow, and we're going to a little walk across the garden ring here, as you can see. And smog is rampant. If anything, you could say the smog is actually worse than how it was when we first started filming upstairs. The Russian flag that we saw is no longer visible. You can barely see.
We've had the first gaff of the evening as well.
Yeah, we've had the first gaff of the evening. You can barely see the. Well, what do you think the visibility range is right now? I mean, I can see across. I can see the other side of the road, but I can see people coming. I can see.
Are your eyes stinging?
My eyes are okay so far, but I possibly should have brought some glasses.
we are bad. It's normally pretty banging street, and we're very close to the spot where you can stroke the giant rabbit and you can get on the wild bike which bounces along. And as you can see, even though the drunks are out in force as always, you can't see anything. Normally you'd be able to see all the way to the end of the road. You can't see nothing. The smoke is blocking our vision. So we can just see the street lamps vanishing away. Of course, the alcoholics trying to keep high spirits of it, you know, sort of singing away. You can check them out.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I walk this road constantly, but I just can't recognise it anymore. As you can see, you know, just wait to check out the temperature, and you'll be in for shock. It's 0 degrees Celsius.
0 degrees Celsius.
As you can see, like, we're superhuman along with everyone else here. People aren't very concerned by the smog.
Скажи, где ты прячешь деньги, тетя, в этой или в другой стране? При таком смешном переполете ничего не остается мне, как однажды сказать выбирай, где Япония, а где Китай. Как однажды сказать выбирай. На фотографии ты невеста, я рядом с тобой, мы знакомы давно. Но под северным солнцем так мало места, что кто-то обязан пойти на дно. Такая тема, вопрос другой. Дай золотой, дай золотой. Такая тема, вопрос другой.
I had a dream about the Moscow apocalypse, and then a few days later it actually started.